Here is grade 7, module 10, lesson 1. Our I can statement for today is I can use the circumference formulas c equals pi times diameter and c equals 2 pi r to solve for c, r, or d when the value of the other variable is given. So here's just a little review. We have radius, which that is our distance from the center to the outside of our circle, and diameter, which is the distance across through the circle's center. Okay, and then the circumference is that distance all the way around. So from one spot, we took a string, we wrapped it around, and then laid it flat and measured it. All right, and then the ratio of circumference to diameter is the same for all circles and is also known as pi. The value of pi is approximately 3.14, or you can use the fraction 22/7. You can also find the circumference of a circle given either the radius or the diameter. Okay, so you have pi, and as long as you have one of those other radius or diameter, you're going to be able to find circumference. Here are formulas right here, which you should know from your notes today. So we're going to keep those in mind as we work through our problem here. So this first one is just a practice problem. The London Eye is a giant Ferris wheel in London, England. The London Eye has a diameter of 394 feet. And if each ride has 10 revolutions, meaning it will do a circle and then keep going and keep going. So each one of these circles is a revolution. How far will you travel during the ride? Use 3.14 for pi and then round to the nearest foot. So we're going to start by determining the circumference of the London Eye. So we're going to do c equals pi times diameter. And we use this equal sign with like a little squiggly over it. That means about. So just about equal to. Not exactly, not perfect, but about equal to. So circumference equals pi times diameter. Because pi is an estimate, we have about equal to 3.14. So there's my pi times my diameter. Okay, pause the video, multiply that out. Don't forget your decimal. Unpause the video when you have an answer. All right, so again, this equals 1,237 and 16/100 feet. Now, so that's how much it takes, or how far you travel going once around. Multiply the circumference by the number of revolutions. So your circumference times however many times it goes around. So times 10. Again, pause your video. Multiply that out. Watch that decimal. And we end up moving that decimal once to the right since we multiplied by 10. Now we need to round to the nearest foot. So where do we look for that one? We go to that 10th place. So if we want to round to the nearest foot, I'm going to go to my 10th place here. And you're going to round to about 12,372 feet. So when you get on that, the London Eye there, if you go 10 times around, you will cover, going in a circle, 12,000, going in circles, 12,372 feet. Okay, so Jackson needs a new bicycle tire. His tire circumference, his tire has a circumference of 78.5 inches. What is the diameter of his triangle, or of his tire? He used 3.14 for pi. Okay, so we have diameter, so we're going to use this formula here. Circumference equals pi times diameter. And we're going to plug in what we know. The circumference, 78.5, equals, and then we need to use 3.14 for pi times diameter. And that's what we're trying to figure out. So that's our question. What is the diameter? Now to solve this, we have 3.14 multiplying our d. What is the inverse operation of multiplying? We're going to divide both sides by 3.14 because we're saying 3.14 times what will give me 78.5. Do that division, be very aware of your decimal points, and pause the video, hit play when you are good to go. And with this, we see we have a nice pretty number here. Diameter equals 25 inches. Our diameter of the bike equals 25 inches. All right, our last two here. Sophia is planting a circular garden. So a circular garden with a 7-foot radius. What is the circumference of Sophia's garden? And use 22/7 for pi. Now, the reason we're not going to use 3.14 is because you have that 7 in the denominator, and we're going to be able to simplify a little bit. And it'll actually get us a more exact answer. So circumference equals pi times diameter. Oh, actually, we should use our 2 pi r because we know the radius. You could use this one and just double it as well. But we'll use this formula for now. Let's plug in what we know. We don't know c, that's what we're trying to solve for. 2, and then we're going to use 22/7 for pi, and our r is 7. So I'm going to put these all over 1 and help multiply here. I can cancel my 7/7. So now I have circumference equals 2 times 22, which will get me 44 in feet. They're my units. 44 feet. So you could have used 3.14. It wouldn't have given you such an exact answer. This is exactly the answer, 44 feet, because we're not estimating with 3.14. We're using the fraction 22/7. All right, in our last one, the moon has a radius of 1,079 miles. What is the circumference of the moon? Express your answer in terms of pi. So we're going to use so we got radius, so circumference equals 2 pi r. Our answer will be in terms of pi, so we're going to leave pi there, but we're going to plug in our radius of 1,079. Now we can multiply 2 times our radius. Please multiply that out. Pause your video. Hit play when you're good to go with your final answer in terms of pi. So when we multiply 2 times 1,079, we get 2,158 pi miles. So we're not adding 3.14, we're not adding 22/7. We're keeping it in terms of pi, okay? So that final answer is 2,158 pi miles. Final answer, put it in a box, don't multiply anything else.